welcome to Crotoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And today we're going to be playing a kind of war game for our first Wargaming Wednesday of the new Crotoni Entertainment. That's basically the same as the old Crotoni Entertainment.
But now we're going to do it.
Yeah. So today we're playing Super Fantasy Brawl, which is kind of a it's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of a hybrid game. It's kind of a war game mixed with a sorry, I was checking to make sure the camera's actually recording. I feel really stupid if I didn't hit the button. Kind of a war game mixed with a board game. It's a great gateway game for getting into wargaming. It's a great board game if you absolutely do not want to get into wargaming. If you are playing D&D or any of those types of games, there's some fantastic miniatures that come with this game. You have a lot of options for what you can do with this thing. And it's a nice hex-based game that's just a lot of fun to play. So basically the overall premise of this game is we're in a world of magic that has had like wars over thousands and thousands of years, and eventually they're like, this is not effective, we need a better way to solve our differences. So they came up with the arena, and wizards literally transport different champions from different eras of time to show up and just beat the crap out of each other.
It's glorious.
It's fantastic. So it's an objective-based game. We're going to be fighting over 5 victory points each, which are going to be represented by these little trophies, because we went ahead and got the deluxe set of this game.
Because, you know,
and we're going to earn victory points a couple of different ways. We're going to earn them from completing these challenges, which are going to push along the board. And you can see it's got different numbers of trophies. So if you score them very early, they're not worth a lot. If you score them kind of in their prime, you'll get more, but your opponent's kind of had time to react to them. And then to actually score one, you basically need to cycle through a whole turn and have achieved it.
Yeah.
We'll kind of get to that as it comes up. The game itself is super quick to set up. We've set up 95% of it already. Basically, you pick out 3 champions of your choosing. The core game comes with 6 different champions, which is one of them. This guy here comes from the core game. The rest we got from various expansions because we bought everything.
Yeah.
Because this game was just very, very cool. But each champion comes with a champion card that tells you their defense and their health. And it comes with, which I'm not sure you can actually see the defense and the health in the camera, so I may end up moving my cards onto the board here so people can see it if they want to.
We could also try to do one of those things where we actually later on.
Well, down the road, we may look at inserting separate screens and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool. We're not doing that tonight.
No, that would be a lot.
But basically, those cards will tell you your defense and your health and some basic actions everybody can take. And each champion also comes with 6 cards. And once you've picked your 3 champions, you mix them all the cards together to make an 18-card deck, and that's what you play the game with. And you use your different magical cores to use the cards. So you have a yellow one, a blue one, and a red one.
You sounded like Frank there for a moment.
You like that? Each of your cards are a different color. To play a card, you just spend that core. At the end of your turn, your cores replenish, so you can use them as reactions in the opponent's. But it's important to remember that your cores do not replenish in the opponent's turn. So if you spend a core during your opponent's turn to play a reaction, you're not going to have that color core on your next turn. There's a couple things going on with the board. I'm the orange player today, and what's kind of neat is they come with these little rings, and you pop them on and off. So when you pick your different... Oh, I just ruined it. So when you pick your different champions, you can put them in the rings, and that'll remind you of who's on your team if for whatever reason you can't remember. And then the board itself, you have your gate, and then Bree's gate would be over there. You have your white outlined hexes with the swords in them. Those are your starting locations. And then you have these 3 here are the 3 different pillars of creation, destruction, and manipulation. Blue is manipulation, red is destruction, and yellow is creation. Those are impassable hexes, but the areas around them may come up as far as different scoring objectives come into play. If you lose a champion, they're going to come back. We'll deal with that as it comes up. And you have 6 trap hexes in the game. And at the start of the game, each player is going to randomly grab 2 traps and put them on 2 of the trap hexes to start the game. And you don't get to see what they are. We have these nice little plastic tokens that I haven't painted yet to represent them. The game itself comes with cardboard tokens. So I have picked out my team. I am playing King Alistair. I don't know what he's the king of. I know there's background for this game somewhere. I am playing Dugrin the dwarf. I assume he's a dwarf, if there are dwarfs in this universe. And I'm playing Corvash, who I assume is an orc. So that's who I'm taking. I can't really say much about any of them because we don't really play the models that I've painted so far very often. So this is going to be a new experience for both of us. Bree, you've got your 3 champions.
I do. I have Nickit,
Nick is one. What the heck just fell off of him?
I don't know. That's weird.
That's dried paint that was stuck on his base.
Yeah, I have Nickit, and he is 3 goblins in a costume.
I love it. I love Nickit so much.
I'm gonna guess I'll just go ahead and.
Yeah, so I've already placed my miniatures because I won the coin toss. We flipped the coin and decided between swords or axes, and Bree picked axes, and it came up swords. So I'm going first. So I placed mine already, and then the second player is placing theirs, which Bree is doing now as she introduces her characters.
And I have Taze, who seems to be a stag centaur of biblical proportions.
A stagtar.
Stagtar. And then I'm gonna mess this up. Zinshen.
Okay.
Zinshen. Zinshen.
Shinshen?
Shinshen. Shinshen?
I don't know.
Xinschen.
Let's go with Zinshen and see if somebody in the comments will correct us.
Somebody correct my
so again,
pronunciation.
So again, we don't know much about these champions either, but just going off their models, and we'll see if their models are representative of their play. I'm guessing Nickit is probably a board manipulator, because he's manipulating everything. He's some kind of tree monster. I'm guessing Taze is a DPS character.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Zinshen is probably an agile character with cool reactions.
Yeah. And the cool part is, I love their things. So, Nickit is the sly. Taze is the thundering thriller.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, this is a kid-friendly channel sometimes.
And Zinshen is the kinetic kitty.
I feel like you have beaten mine because I completely forgot to say it. King Alistair is the sacred tyrant. Oh, sorry, the scaled tyrant.
Oh, the scaled tyrant. That's
I'm reading it sideways, so I apologize. I don't know if you guys can see over here. I have my board over here, so you can maybe see it. If you can't, whatever, deal with it. We'll do a better battle report in the future. This was last minute because it's Crotone Entertainment, damn it.
Yep.
I only planned on a launch date for the new Crotone Entertainment for a month and a half, and I did nothing to get ready for it.
That is legit.
Then we have Corvash, wielder of the Scorn Blade.
Whoa.
And Dugrin, the Warden of the North.
Okay, yours are a little bit better than mine, and I'm kind of upset about that.
You should be upset about that. Let's play Super Fantasy Brawl.
Yeah.
So I got to go first, and
yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys my cards here. I'm not gonna let you read them all because deal with it. But what I'm gonna do on my turn is I am going to go ahead and I'm gonna spend my blue core to use one of the generic abilities, and I'm going to plan one, and it also has a little green movement boot as well. And the green movement boot means that I can go ahead and you're not gonna believe this. It means I can move somebody.
Whoa.
Yeah, it means I can move somebody 1 hex. And I don't remember. Does the card you play have to deal with the character it plays for? I think it does.
Yes.
But at any rate, it lets you move somebody 1 hex, and then it lets you plan 1 as well. And plan 1 means you can take one of your cards and kind of save it, because at the end of your turn you're going to discard your whole hand. So I'm going to go ahead and plan, and I'm going to save this card, and I'm going to put that off to the side. So that'll be my blue move, and I get to move somebody 1 hex, and I will go ahead and move Corvash 1 hex forward here. And then I will spend my yellow core, and I will play Sap Strength from the... Oh, this is a Corvash card. Oh, I should learn what my guys do.
Once again, in the full Tony Entertainment way.
So I'm going to play Sap Strength, and this has a couple of things going on. I don't know how well this can be seen on the camera. We'll do better on battle reports for this in the future. But it's got a little green boot that says 2 movement. Then it's got a straight arrow into a hex, which means a direct line attack. Mm-hmm. And then a little 2 next to this red star, and that is the damage. And if the target is bloodied, which is that half-life or the 5 damage on him, I think.
5 damage, yeah.
Then this attack gets damage +1. I'll actually look that up while Bree's taking her turn.
No, I think it's half damage because, Zinshen only has 4 health.
Oh, it should be dead. I'll look that up while you're taking your turn. It might be 3. I'll look that up while you're taking your turn. But I'm going to go ahead and move Corvash 2, and I'm going to lose his base.
Did you make it click?
2. I don't know how to make it clear. I don't know how things happen. I'm going to move up like that and make him really vulnerable because I've got a direct line 2 that does 2 damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a 2 damage attack to Taze because he is 1-2 hexes away from me.
Yep.
So what is Taze's defense value?
Taze's defense value is Zip Zip Zada.
So unless you're going to play a reaction, Taze will take 2 damage.
And I don't have a reaction for him, so he will take 2 damage, which are these cutie patootie little
Now again, this is
tokens.
from the deluxe set. In the core game, it's going to come with cardboard tokens. She's going to place those on Taze's card, and Taze has taken that much damage. So this card will go away from me, and I still have a red core to play. So I am going to go ahead and play Blizzard. It is a Dugrin card that gives Dugrin movement 2 and a single hex attack adjacent and 2 damage. That's not going to go off, obviously. But I'm going to go ahead and move Dugrin 2, 1, 2. And that will end my turn. So I take the remainder of my hand and I dump it. And I get my cores back. I draw 5 new cards. And we pass on to Bree, who will skip the first phase because there's nothing to do in the first phase on the first turn. And go straight to the second phase, which is activation.
Yes. So, right off the bat, because you decided to come all up in my easy.
Yeah, I do that.
I'm going to play this card, which is Feline's Grace.
3 or more damage for bloodied.
Okay. Which means I get to jump 3.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to go here, and an adjacent enemy suffers push 1.
I only actually take 4 cards. I'm cheating because I save 1.
Yeah. So you suffer push 1.
Okay.
So obviously I push you into the...
Yeah, you're going to go ahead and push me, which, we should have learned the rules again before we did this because it's been a while since we played. So push 1, target champions are pushed X hexes in a straight line directly away from the champion causing the push. They must stay in the same row of hexes. The activating champion must push the target the full distance. The target will stop before entering a hex with a champion, ally or enemy, a statue, which is what you're pushing me into, or the edge of the arena, and will activate traps if they are pushed over or onto them. The champion cannot be pushed the full distance for any reason. They suffer damage equal to the remaining distance. So you're saying push 1?
Push 1.
So she's basically going to push Corvus into the statue. He can't be pushed, so he'll take 1 point of damage, leaving Corvus with 7 health left. I'm going to go ahead and move this here, just because I don't think the top of the board is in... Because I don't want to get up and look at the camera.
That would be like...
It seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. And
so go ahead and pull your core for that.
Oh yeah, pull my blue core. And then I'm going to do... I think that's range. Isn't that range? That's range 3, isn't it?
I don't know. Nobody can see what you're doing.
The little arrow. That's this. I don't want to do with that.
Yes, that is a range 3 attack.
Okay, cool.
And that should be an indirect attack. So that's an indirect shot, meaning you do not require...
Ow.
Yeah, you do not require basically line of sight. You can target through statues and other champions.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use my red and move Nickit up 1. And...
I'll keep the rule book over here.
Actually, I'm going to move Nickit here.
We're doing that. It's a very small rule book, very easy to learn the rules. We should have done that.
Yeah, we should have shown you anything about this game. And since I can just go over allies, right?
Yes, with an indirect shot, you can go over allies.
Okay, cool. The target champion suffers 1 health, or 1 blood, 1 damage, and gains attack plus 2 until the end of this turn. But it's gonna.
Well, I don't think I gain attack plus 2.
You do.
I do. Let me see that. And gains damage plus 2 until end of turn. Oh, so you could do this on yourself.
Yeah.
This is like a buff spell.
Yeah.
Oh, so you could put this like on Taze, and Taze would take a damage, but he would do extra damage when he attacks me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I will take. I'll take a damage.
Okay.
And then you still have your yellow.
And I have my yellow, which would let me heal 1, and I'm going to use my yellow to heal Taze.
And since you're healed Taze, you can move with him 1 as well because it's got the foot.
Yep. And I'm going to move him up to like right here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so you're going to discard your remaining cards.
Yep.
And you're going to draw 5 new cards and get your cores back. And since we've both now taken a turn, we've completed a game round. So this guy here is going to move over 1. And then this is going to flip up, and it's going to create more things along the way. So the 2 things we're fighting for right now are control of the destruction area. So I think controllers just have more models than the other person in that area. And then the other one we're working on is have 2 or more champions in trap hexes.
Ow.
What do we have?
That means that I have to get my guy hurt.
Not necessarily. Because remember, there's only 4 trap hexes in the game. Or there's only 4 traps that we actually placed on trap hexes. And there are actually 6 hexes that you can be on. So we're going to go ahead and go to the scoreboard phase of my turn. So the scoreboard phase we skipped last turn. And the scoreboard phase is actually the first thing you do every turn. And it's basically where you go in and you see if you have scored anything. So during the scoreboard phase, the active player checks to see if they are currently meeting scoring conditions. So this is why I say you basically have to hold an objective for a full round, because you don't even check it kind of until your next turn.
Right.
And actually, in the scoreboard phase, we have 2 or more champions in trap hexes than Brianna. Duggan is on a trap hex. Oh, he's not. You're on the other one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you turd. Oh, you turd. You are just the worst person I have ever met in my life.
That is not true at all.
If I'm totally honest, you're just terrible.
Oh.
Okay, let's go with... See, you kind of screwed me a little bit. I screwed myself. I had a reaction I was planning on playing.
Yep.
And then I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my blue core again to plan 1. And I'm going to let this happy-go-lucky hobo...
With the fancy cloak?
With the fancy cloak. He does have a very fancy cloak. He's going to go ahead and just make a move. And then we're going to go ahead and play our yellow core. And we're going to have Dugrin play Onward. Draw 1. So I draw a new card.
Okay.
And Dugrin's allies may dash 1.
Oh, no.
And that's his allies, not his ally. So I'm going to... And I don't think dashing can cause like push damage or anything.
No.
So I'm going to go ahead and dash 1 with this guy. And Duggan gets 1 movement out of this as well. So actually, before I do my dash, I'm going to go ahead and move Duggan up this way. And then I'm going to have Alistair dash 1. And then I'm actually not going to have Corvash dash, I don't think. I could dash right under that hex and have funny stuff happen. You know, you guys don't know how the game is played, so I'm going to do it. He's going to run right under that trap. And it's going to be very entertaining.
Yep. What kind of trap did you get?
I got... Oh, God. I got 3 tears, or 3 blood drops. So that's 3 damage.
That's 3 damage.
So I've taken 5 damage. I am bloodied on Corvash because...
Yeah, you are.
Ooh, that was a mistake. So we'll get rid of that.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, that was... I made a horrible error. And then I have a red core left, so I'm going to go ahead and play Hell Hath No Fury for my red core.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that on Corvash.
Okay.
And it's going to give him movement 2 if he would like it. I'm not going to use it. And it's going to be an indirect 2 shot for 3 damage, and I'm going to go ahead and drop 3 damage, I think, right on Zinshen.
Ouch. Oh, ouch. Well, she has 1
shield.
1 shield.
So she's only going to take 2 damage.
She's only going to take 2. And that's cool. That's cool.
And that'll end my cores. I've used them all. I will discard my remaining hand except for the card I planned. And I'll draw up to 5.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
So now I have contemplations on how I want to kill you. I do.
That's
I have
not
contemplations
nice.
on how I want to kill you.
That's not nice.
And I think it's with I'm going to start right off with doing I'm going to do this first. First I'm going to use my yellow core. No. Nope. I changed my mind.
Good talk.
Yep.
This is fine television.
Yep. This is great. I'm so glad we're doing this. This is not at all making us seem like people who don't plan for anything.
Great. We've been making videos for a couple of years. We already look like idiots.
Yeah. And I'm going to start with a finishing blow. To this Nana.
Okay, and what's that do?
So it's -2.
And that's that before or after the attack. So if the arrow's above it, it's before the attack.
It's above it.
Okay.
And so it -2.
So you would move before you make your attack.
Yep.
And then what?
And if the target is bloody, this attack ignores defense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that's actually gonna take me out. But do you want to move your 2 first?
I guess I go 1, 2.
No, it's a regular move.
Oh.
And a dash has to be in a straight line.
Oh, dash has to be in a straight line.
Now, you don't have to. You're not required to make the dash move.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it. But then I have to be right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna, I'll go here.
You have to move the full dash on a dash.
Never mind. I won't move at all. I'm not gonna dash at all. I'm just gonna punch you in the face.
So again, that reaction that I've been saving, I am not able to use it because of your second part of the ability there.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate. So this guy will go down and he goes back to my gate area.
Now, don't I...
You get a victory point for that.
I get a victory point for that. Look at these, look at these. Ah.
Okay.
Boom. So I use my red. And then I am going to do... Then I'm going to do move 2, range of 2 to 3. It does 2 damage. I think I'm going to do that. I think do I want to do that? But then I can't do the other things with the stuff and the things. All right. I'm going to do this. It's probably the wrong move, but I'm going to go for it. So this has double and push 1. So I'm going to be able to move 2.
Okay. With whom?
With my Zinshen, the kinetic kitty.
Okay.
And then she has to have a straight line of sight. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Straight line of sight to him. Because it's 2 to 3 for the shot.
Sure.
It hits for 2.
Okay.
And it does push 1.
Okay, and it's double?
And it's double,
So,
yes.
so double means after the damage is resolved, you would do that same amount of damage again.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I am going to spend my blue core on a reaction. And I'm going to play Blood Curdling Roar.
Oh, my.
And it gives me +2 defense.
Okay.
So your 2 turns into a 0. Then that's resolved. And I'm pretty sure this doesn't apply again. So when you do the double, I would take the 2 damage from that.
Okay. And you get pushed 1.
Okay. All right, what's next?
And okay, so discard that. And then we're going to... We're going to heal 1 for Zinshen. And that is that. I've used all my cards I can.
That feels like a good move.
And I will...
All right, so at the end of that, our objectives are going to move again.
Yep.
And it's going to open up another objective.
Ooh, all these objectives.
Which is have 2 or more champions adjacent to Esme's statue. Esme is the blue one, so just have to be touching that pillar with 2 or more champions. And you don't have to be in the blue zone for that, just touching that pillar.
Right.
So my go? Well, so I'm already at a disadvantage because I can't use my blue core this turn because I used it on a reaction during your turn. So I only have a red and a yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and start this off with a red straight off the bat. Or will I? I'm actually going to do a yellow. I'm going to play Leaping Strike with Corvash because he's been magically healed now. So he has to move back into the arena. So his first, his card, whatever you play, has to have a boot on it that does something to get him back in.
Right.
And his first point of movement has to be on one of the starting tiles. So I'm going to play Leaping Strike. I'm going to use the 1 boot to put me right here. It has before the attack, jump 2.
Oh, no.
So he's going to leap there. And then he's going to hit her for...
all?
Actually, he's going to go there. He's going to leap to there. And he's going to hit you for 3.
Oh, my word.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be even crazier. I'm going to jump onto this other trap.
Oh, what? Oh,
because I want people to see what it is. It's 2 more damage. Corvash is a trap magnet.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump there instead. I'm sorry about the misdirection there. I'm going to hit her for 3.
Well, she did. She really did.
No, she's got armor 1.
Oh, she does. So
she'll take 2 damage.
2 damage.
So she's got 1 life left.
She has, yes, she does have 1 life to live.
And she is bloodied.
Yes,
all right,
very much so.
So for my red core, I'm going to play Die for Your King.
Whoa.
It's going to go to King Alistair. He's going to be able to move 2, and then it hits everybody adjacent to him, every enemy adjacent to him, for 3 damage each.
Okay, well, she dead. Now she dead.
Now she's dead, and I'll take my victory point for that. And that will end my turn. So I will dump my hand. I'll draw my 5 new cards. And I'm going to have to shuffle up some new stuff here.
Okay. Well then.
So you can start your turn. I got 1 more card to draw. I don't know if it's going to give me a reaction, but you can start your turn while I'm figuring that out.
Well, you know what? It'll work out because now I have to decide what I want to do to punch you in the face. How I want to punch you in the face.
So while Bree's making that decision, you can kind of see how this is both an objective game and a kill each other game, but you're never going to run into a situation like you do in a standard war game where somebody doesn't have anything they can do, because your champions are always going to come back and get back in the game. So you're not going to be sitting there going, haha, I made a third of your deck worthless.
Right.
Which is a great thing.
Which is a nice aspect of it. Okay. I think I know where I'm going to start.
Okay.
And that's going to be that I'm going to bludgeon you with a blue.
Now that checks out.
So, Taze. That's
Taze.
Yeah. Well, I was making sure that the card was
Taze.
Oh, okay. Is going to move 2. It looks like he can do an indirect shot.
Okay.
And hit for 2 and also do stun.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so you want to put the card on the table for everybody?
Yeah, it's here. So yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry. King Alistair killed her.
Yeah.
And actually, who killed Korvash? That was Taze.
That was.
Flip Taze's card. He levels up.
Oh, that's right.
And then King Alistair levels up as well. So King Alistair is now 10 health and has a 1 defense built in. And yeah, it just has a quote on there.
Yeah.
Do you have a special ability on
I
this?
do. When Taze would dash, he may deal 1 additional damage to an adjacent enemy instead.
Nice.
So, that's...
Yeah, mine is just a quote. Authority is the manifestation of power over another, and power is the expression of one's will upon the world. My will is stronger, so yours matters not. Damn, Alistair is dark.
Wow. He needs a hug.
So yeah, that'd be movement 2, indirect range of 2, 2 damage, and since the little white arrow is underneath the black damage symbol, the stun would occur after the damage is dealt.
So I think I'm going to hit King Alistair since he was a punk.
Yes, so he is kind of a punk. And it stuns him, you said?
It does
stun
him.
When a champion suffers stun, its controller must discard a card belonging to that champion from their hand, or else reveal a hand showing no card belonging to that champion. So he'll take 1 damage because he now has armor 1.
Yep.
That does bloody him.
Aha.
And I have to discard a card belonging to this turd?
Yep.
I will discard... this is kind of a cool one. Bow before the king. I'll actually discard Mighty Blow. It's got his symbol on it right there.
Okay.
And that's what'll go away.
Okay. And then...
Got 2 cores left.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And I'm actually going to have... Okay, this is weird. I'm going to do this.
I love it.
This is kind of stupid.
I love it. I love stupid things.
I'm going to do Rush. And this is specifically Taz's Rush. Taze's Rush. And he can move, it was movement 2.
Sure.
And Taze or an ally may dash 2.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, Lincoln. Now, while it does mean that if he would dash, he can deal an additional, he may deal 1 to an adjacent enemy instead, I'm actually going to have him give it to Nickit.
Oh, he still gets to move his 2 if he wants it. Does he want to move?
If you dash, you have to dash all the way.
You dash the full distance in a straight line. Now he gets a move 2 before the dash.
Right. It doesn't work out the way I wanted it to.
It's an optional move. You don't have to do it.
No, the dash doesn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Camera's rolling.
I know. Thank you, sir.
I don't mean to be that guy, but you know.
You're totally that guy.
We're already a bad enough.
I'm reversing what I'm doing.
Okay,
I'm going to spend the red.
Sure.
I'm going to move Nickit here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend the yellow. And I'm going to
You spent the red just to move him. Okay.
Yeah, just to move him. He doesn't need to heal.
So this is, you can keep doing your thing. This is for the camera. If you spend a red core without playing a card, you get to move one and then deal 1 damage to an adjacent enemy. But there are no enemies adjacent, so.
And then I'm actually going to spend the yellow to do charge.
Okay.
Where he can move 1. If he was an adjacent, he could do 1 damage.
Well, no, this is the white arrow is above, so you're going to resolve this ability before the damage.
Well, I don't want him to dash. I just kind of really wanted him to move the 1.
Okay.
Because reasons.
I know the reasons. I see where you moved everybody.
What? No. Not me. And that's all I have. And
So that's the end of a round.
Yep, that's the end of the round.
So all of our objectives will move again.
Yep.
And here's where the absolute insanity of this game comes in. Because this is a very quick game sometimes. And sometimes a very surprising game. So we're going to go to the scoreboard phase. And Bree, during the scoreboard phase, I have 2 champions in the destruction area. You have 1. I'm going to score this for 2. Because it's in the 2B range.
Yep.
So give me 2 victory points, please.
2 victory points to you, sir.
And then 2 or more champions adjacent to Esma's statue. I do not have that.
Nope.
Control of the manipulation zone, which is this one, but it can't be scored yet. I don't have that. I have 2 or more champions in trap hexes. 1, 2.
1, 2.
It's my scoreboard phase.
Oh, you're a poop head.
So I'll get the 2, and that'll bring me up to 5, and that'll end the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go. There's Super Fantasy Brawl. It can go a very long time.
Yes.
It can go much faster than what we just played.
Yes.
It can end slowly.
Yeah.
It can be a slow burn. You know, I get 1, you get 1, I get 1, you get 1. We're both at 4. Or it can be exactly what just happened there. We didn't try to stop the objectives enough. I actually really thought when you were looking at that dash 2, I thought your plan was to take Nickit and to rush in there to deny me that.
I thought about it, but I was like, oh no, it doesn't have that. But no, it did.
So I think you just missed that I put my guys on trap hexes.
I did. I did.
Because I think if you had realized that, you would have done it differently.
Yep, probably.
But anyway, that's Super Fantasy Brawl. I love this game. I really think it's a fantastic game. It's a quick setup. It's a fun play. The models are fantastic. They're plastic, but they've got some weight to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So they feel good in your hands.
And obviously, Chris painted these.
Yes, I did.
That's they. Otherwise, they are just.
They're just gray.
Gray plastic.
They just come as gray plastic, which is why you have the colored rings to kind of remind you who's on your team and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The cards are nice. The art is nice. The mechanics are simple. The rule book, I've already flipped it. It's small.
Yeah.
It's nice. This is just a fantastic game. We saw this at Gen Con 2022. So last year.
Yes.
And we picked up the everything bundle. They were like, yeah, you can get all the expansions that are currently out, plus the core box, plus this. And actually, funny story before we sign off on this here is when I was reorganizing the game room recently. I was digging out games and moving them to a new location, and I came across an expansion that has not been opened yet. And I've since opened it and added it to the pile, but it had not been opened yet, and that was very funny.
See, it feels about right for our game room.
so the core game comes with 6 models. The expansions each come with 3, and they kind of have a theme attached to them. And also, what's kind of cool as well, and we didn't talk about this. I actually have gotten rid of all of the secondary decks for everybody already, but because they didn't make much sense for us, but. Is this French?
Yes.
So the back side of each of the boards is actually in French, and the front side is in English. And each expansion comes with a deck in English and a deck in French. And like I said, I got rid of the French ones, but They do exist. So if you're more comfortable with that, you're good to go. But that's Super
For
Fantasy
any of
Brawl.
our French
I
Canadian.
would recommend picking this up at your local gaming store if they have it. Ask them to order it. If they don't, it's a lot of fun. Kids can understand it. Jules has played it with us a number of times. It's fun for adults. It's fun for war gamers. It's fun for non-war gamers. It's just an entertaining little hex-based game. So do you have any other thoughts you want to share on Super Fantasy Brawl?
No.
Right.
I like the game. It's super fun.
Well, in that case, this has been Crotoni Entertainment. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notifications. Leave a comment. We really do appreciate those. Like and subscribe. Whatever I think I'm supposed to say to please the algorithm gods. I don't even know.
Like and subscribe. Hit that bell button.
Have your pets spayed and neutered.
That one definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Bob Barker. That's my dad.
It's not your dad.
Oh, okay.
No.
Leonard Nimoy's my grandpa, though.
Yes, it's a thing. We'll talk about it later.
Good night.
Night. Bye. Bye.